you're over 40, you're eating very carefully, you are disciplined, you are trying to stay active throughout the day, but still something is wrong. Your weight is not responding the way it used to respond. In fact, probably you have gained a couple of kilo around your belly. It's frustrating, right? Today I want to tell you something very important. See, you are not alone. And it is not that you failed with your willpower. It is a predictable biological shift. No, your metabolism hasn't broken. It just changed the rule of the game, which nobody is telling you. And once you understand what exactly is happening inside your body, I'm sure you will play it better. Your weight management will be far more rational and sustainable. Hi, I'm Dr. Soma Chakrabarty. I'm working as a clinical nutritionist for the last 19 years. I work with patients with IBS, psoriasis, fatty liver, diabetes, cancer, CKD, and weight management. For weight management, what I have seen is almost everybody says the same thing. I'm doing everything right, then why it is so hard now? Let me tell you, this video is not about any hack or shortcuts. It's not about extreme diet. For years, you have been told about calorie in, calorie out, that weight management is all about creating a calorie gap and all that, right? Of course, that's the fundamental, but for over 40 or over 35 professionals, it is dangerously oversimplified. The real battle is not about how much you are eating, but it's all about how your body is actually using it. A leading research published in Lancet points out 3 critical shifts after 40 that is fundamentally changing your entire body's operating system. Let's start with your muscle. After the age of 30, you begin to lose your muscles slowly. After 40, that loss accelerates, a process which is called sarcopenia. We are here talking about losing 3 to 8% of your muscle mass every decade. Research published in the journal shows that muscle is metabolically active, whereas your fats are not. The more muscle you have in your body, that means you are actually burning more calories, even if you are in rest. Less muscle means your body's metabolic rate is lower compared to others. So even if you weigh same at 45, maybe what you did at your 30, but probably you have lost 5 kg of your muscle mass, which has been replaced by 5 kg of fat. That means you are significantly burning fewer calories every single day. This is confirmed by the studies of Journal of Applied Physiology. Your resting energy expenditure declines with age, largely due to its muscle loss. So even if your discipline hasn't changed for years, your biology has changed. Now let's talk about hormones. For women, estrogen fluctuates during your perimenopausal and menopausal time, increased the tendency of fat storage around your abdomen. And whereas for men, there's a gradual decline in their testosterone level, reduced the muscle maintenance and energy expenditure. Additionally, you consider the reduced insulin sensitivity that comes with age. The result? Your body becomes more efficient storing energy but not burning it. Now compound this with indigenous impact of sleep deprivation. That's probably a badge of honor for many professionals, right? Lack of adequate sleep, less than 7 to 8 hours, disrupts your hunger hormone, which is ghrelin, and your satiety hormone, which is leptin. So you literally feel more hungry and less satisfied. Even if you are eating a lot, you feel like eating more and more. Research in Annals of Internal Medicine clearly shows that sleep deprivation increases your hunger and your appetite. Now let's layer it with your modern life. Busy professionals live in a state of chronic low-grade stress, right? Deadlines, screen times, travel, families, responsibilities, all these things are enough to bog you down. This elevates your cortisol level, that's the primary stress hormone. Research in obesity reviews shows that elevated cortisol level promotes fat storage, especially in your abdominal area. It also increases your craving for high sugar, high fat containing food, contributes to insulin resistance over the period of time. So even if calorie wise it looks overall controlled, your hormonal environment is working actually against your fat loss. See, most of the people actually respond with calorie control by eating less. But there's a catch. Repeated calorie restriction causes adaptive thermogenesis. The body, which actually reduces its energy expenditure even further. There's a landmark review in the New England Journal of Medicine that showed that after weight loss, your metabolism slows, your hunger hormone increases, and as I mentioned earlier, your satiety hormone also decreases. Now, this situation can persist for over a year. So, the harder you push, the more your body actually resists. This is not weakness. This is survival biology. So, eating extremely less calorie food, trying to punish yourself may not work at this point of time. Another common mistakes which most of the people do is that I'll just do more cardio. Now you have to understand excessive cardio without strength training, especially after 35-40, can leads to increase your muscle mass, increase your fatigue and increase hunger. And paradoxically makes weight loss even harder. Again, this is not my opinion, okay? This is supported by multiple trials in sports medicine and Journal of Applied Physiology. What actually work after 35-40? See, it is clear that after 40, eating less is not going to help you with your weight management. See, here is the sustainable framework that you must follow. I call it a rule of 5. Rule number 1, preserve and rebuild your muscle. For that, strength training 3 times a week is absolutely mandatory. No, you don't have to get a gym membership and never show up. No, that's not the case. You can very much start doing it at home. Use dumbbells, barbells, kettlebell, resistance band. This will also work. This is going to be your primary weapon against sarcopenia. It will help boosting your BMR and create an afterburn effect where you can continue to burn more and more calories for hours. Rule number 2, prioritize your protein intake. What we called a 30-gram power play. Aim for at least consuming 30 gram of protein per meal that you are having. Not just dinner, not just lunch, per meal. So basically, if you are having 3 meals a day, 30, 30, 30. I know it's a broad way, it's a very generic way, but you get the point, right? And let me tell you, this is non-negotiable. Protein will support your muscle, it will improve your satiety, it will reduce age-related muscle loss. So your diet must have more and more pulses, legumes, dairy product, whichever dairy product you can handle and digest better. That form would be great. A lot of soy products like soybean or maybe tofu, maybe tempeh. If you're a non-vegetarian, that include eggs, fish, chicken, like this in every meal possible. Rule number 3, master your NEAT, because that's the invisible calorie burn that you can bank on. This is your secret weapon, especially for sedentary professional lifestyle. NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's basically the calorie that you burn outside your structured exercise routine. So how do you do it? Like for example, suppose you got a phone call. Answer the phone while walking. Try to stand more than sitting. Walk to your colleagues in the office, for some small work instead of emailing them. Take the stairs. Park your car a little further away so that you have to walk a bit to reach the destination. These micro movements throughout the day actually collectively burn more calorie than an intense exercise session at gym. It combats the effect of prolonged sitting, which is already linked with all cause of mortality. Rule number 4, respect your recovery. See, as I've told you earlier as well, that most of the professionals, wear it like a badge of honor if you're sleeping less, right? But let me tell you, it is not. It is not cool to sleep less after you're 35 or 40. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is absolutely mandatory. Better sleep means better control over your appetite. It has got a proven effect to manage your leptin and ghrelin hormones. Rule number 5. See, lowering calorie intake is not going to help. Rather, try to lower your stress level. See, calorie lowering is okay, but lowering your stress level is even better at this point of time. So, walking, breathing exercises, mindful routine, developing some, hobby that you really love to do. Embrace those habits. Don't consider them as extra in your, daily routine. Consider them as your metabolic regulator. See, after 40, success is not about rapid weight loss or extreme restriction over your diet. Success is actually stable energy, preserved your muscle mass, predictable fat loss, and a body which cooperate with you. Work with your biology so that your body stop hitting you back. In this channel, we talk about nutrition and health with logic, science, and compassion, but definitely not about any shortcuts. If this resonates with you, stay with me. This is just the beginning. If you like this video, then please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Wellness Munch. Every Sunday, we publish a new video which talks about metabolic reset, especially for the professionals, and about other lifestyle disorders. Stay tuned, stay happily healthy.